Now, Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire have agreed to execute a document evidencing the plotted maritime boundary in October this year. Senior Minister Osafo says the decision reached will benefit both countries. He was speaking during the second meeting of the Ghana-Cote d'Ivoire Joint Committee on the implementation of the decision of the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea. Ifwa Evans-Chinwe reports.
Early on this year, a delegation was in Cote d'Ivoire to officially inform that country of Ghana's intention to start implementing the decision of the Special Chamber of ITLOS on the delimitation boundary between the two countries in the Atlantic Ocean. This would be done by depositing the relevant document on the issue with some agencies of the United Nations. At the second meeting of the Ghana-Cote d'Ivoire Joint Committee held in Accra, Ghana indicated that it had reviewed the chart with the plotted coordinate of the maritime boundary as provided by ITLOS, submitted by Cote d'Ivoire at their May 2018 meeting in Abidjan, and found it acceptable in principle. According to Senior Minister Osafo, the agreement between the two sides will settle all disputes between them.
Now, based on the ITLOS decision, we have to get the boundaries properly plotted so that we know what belongs to Ghana and what belongs to Cote d'Ivoire. ITLOS had provided the coordinates, 7 of them, and we have to put the 7 coordinates of ITLOS into a chart to get the boundary delimited. That's what we did yesterday. Luckily, we've all come to the same consensus in plotting these coordinates. So now we say that we have a maritime boundary agreed upon between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire based on the ITLOS decision. That's very important. That's the guideline based on the ITLOS decision. Now, when you have drawn that line, there will be hydrocarbon resources which belong to the Ghana side. That's no problem. That will be exploited by Ghana. There will be other resources which may belong to the Cote d'Ivoire that belongs to Cote d'Ivoire. But don't forget, these hydrocarbons are liquid and gas. They may also strand the boundary. There will be some in this side and the same well, some on the other side. We want to have an agreement that when such a situation arises, we have to have a common basis for exploiting these hydrocarbon resources which straddles between both sides of the boundary for the benefit of Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire jointly.
The parties subsequently jointly plotted the 7 coordinates in accordance with the ITLOS decision and have agreed to execute a document evidencing the plotted maritime boundary at the next meeting scheduled for October 2018 in Cote d'Ivoire. Attorney General Gloria Kufu says the deal has to be exploited in a manner that will work for both countries.
These meetings really essentially are about implementing the decision of the tribunal. So what is it? The tribunal provided coordinates, that is directional points, that will enable us to identify that line in the sea that separates the waters of the two countries. So I can say definitely yes, that was paid to when we had the decision rendered. So what we are doing now is to make sure that we put all disputes behind us as far as our boundary is concerned.